Hello kiters! In this video I have some important information for you which will improve your kite performance. Have you ever felt that after months of riding your kite is not behaving as good as it used to be? During the past 11 years of my work, I taught many students with their own equipment, and quite often I found out that their kites react very weird and I don't understand why. I can tell you why. 99% of the issues we face comes from the bar. If your kite is drifting right or left or back stalling while riding, jumping or even launching, that means your bar needs an adjustment. Just think about the environment we are kiting in. Sand, salty water, sun, all that, plus our own weight. That makes the lines shorter and unequal. And that's why we have to trim our bar. But what does it actually mean, trimming the bar? It means checking up the lengths of your lines. Whether you have 4 or 5 lines, 10, 20, 30 meter, it doesn't matter. In the end of the day, they have to be the same length and also no damages on the line. Simple as that. Before we get into details, let's have a quick refresh about the bar, how it looked like. Here, 2 bar pictures, one 4 lines and one 5 lines. What we see outside, those are the back line and they are actually the steering line. And here we have in the middle this V, the black one and the red one are the V lines, those are front lines. Then we have in the blue line in the middle, this is the 5th line. As you see in the 5th line bar, this blue line is a safety line, okay, and that's why it's 5th. It works as a safety. In the 4 line bar, you don't have this 5th line, but still the red line goes from the beginning here until the ring of the leash. It works also as a safety and a front line. So that's the difference, 5th line and 4 line bar. In the end, they all has to be equal. No matter if it's 5 or 4 lines bar, they all get in one line. Keep in mind, the adjuster or the deep power line is based in the middle of the center line, and this to trim the front lines, shorter or longer. When you have a new bar, everything works well. Unfortunately, after a while, it's gonna change. If your kite is stalling towards the power zone while kiting or pulling the bar in, that means your back lines are shorter than the front lines. The quickest option is shortening the front line by depowering your kite. But bear in mind, it is a temporary solution. The second and the best solution is trimming your lines on land. Find enough place in the length of your line where you unroll your bar. Make sure your lines are separate from each other and the adjuster is fully open. Find a place where you can attach them by your leash or a hook. Make sure the hook is safely tied in a solid object. No, I mean a tree or a strong mast. Attach the front line first and pull them where the V lines start. Apply tension and see if any of the lines is loose. If so, pull the shorter one until both lines are equal. When it's done, pull the chicken loop and check if the safety line is loose. If not, pull it until it gets longer. It is important that the load is based on the center line, not on the safety line. Now take the front lines off and hook the back lines in. Repeat the same procedure, checking if the back lines are equal. Next step, hook all the 4 lines together. Pull the bar till it reaches the chicken loop. If it doesn't, and there is a gap between the bar and the chicken loop, it means you have to extend the back lines. If the gap is small, like 1 centimeter, then just pull both back lines to extend them. If the gap is bigger, you have to apply an extension. Some companies produce extra knots hidden in the side of the bar. Use them to find the right adjustment. You can even make additional knots if needed. But what if you don't have such bar? Pick up any line which will work as an extension. Just make sure it is in a good condition. Attach it at the beginning of the back lines. It should have the same ending, knot or loop, like the original begin of the lines. Bear in mind that this extension has to be the same size of the gap, which can be even 5 cm or more. I'm sure after this setup you will feel the difference, but it will not last forever. And that's why we have to check our gears from time to time. Now all your bar issues are gone and your kite behaves as new one. Please write me for any further question. Thanks for watching and see you on the water.